Hey, what is it, guys? It's UJard. Today, we're gonna be doing a little bit of a discussion on Kayle, where I think she is on the meta, what I think the changes did towards the champion, the new preseason changes. So, yeah, let's talk about this. Before I go in, remember that this is all my opinion. Your opinion might vary. Any other Kayle main's opinion might vary. This is all, like, a lot of it is subjective, but some of it is subjective. So yeah, bear that in mind. If you're enjoying the content, leave a like, subscribe. Always helps me out a ton. If you really want to support the channel, link of the Patreon on the description of this video. So yeah, let's start talking about Kayle. She got really affected by the game durations. And also the amount of gold that is going in to the game right now. The bounty system, it did two things. You have more gold on average every single game. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that, well, game durations have been going up little by little. It is now up, like, on average, depends on the elo, but on average, like 1 minute. 1 minute is so much game time, especially for Kayle. If you can use your level 16 power spike for 1 more minute, that means you're going to be winning a lot more games. And it has shown. I'm gonna go to op.gg here, and I don't like using op.gg right now because it doesn't really have that many games. It only has like 1k Kayle games. But look at that spike. It went from 50.46 to 53%. And you can actually see this in u.gg, which does have more games. It's Platinum Plus. Kayle has 3.2 games in mid lane, and she's at a 53% win rate. And also, for a top lane, she's at a 51.4% win rate with 10k games. So this is a lot for Platinum Plus on Kayle. And I haven't, like, it is a lot. It is a lot. And this is something that's happening to not only Kayle, but a lot of late game champions. Well, Vayne is kind of broken right now because she benefited from both game duration. Like, all the late game champions are going to benefit from this, right? Because games are lasting longer and you're going to get more gold. So, but Vayne also is abusing lethal tempo really, really, really hard. So yeah, she's kind of broken right now. You can see the same with Jinx. She's also late game champion, 51% win rate. Cassidy is also at like 52% win rate. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, late game champions are a little bit better this patch. And lethal tempo, especially for melees, lethal tempo is really broken. Tryndamere is really, really broken right now. Yeah, 58% win rate. It's just nuts. Only 500 games though. So that leads me into the next topic. What do I think about lethal tempo on Kayle? I definitely think it's the best rune on her, a pre-level 6. But that's gonna change really soon because Riot has already stated that they're gonna be nerfing lethal tempo for melee champions because lethal tempo is really broken right now. Especially level 1 is Kayle. Basically, no one can 1v1 you level 1, like, unless they have lethal tempo 2, and they have a really strong level 1 like Tryndamere. They cannot 1v1 you. But yeah, the lethal tempo versus press the attack versus fleet. I don't really want to comment that much on that because first of all, they are going to be nerfing its next patch, and second of it, I'm not sure if lethal tempo is better than press the attack. I'm really not sure. But press the attack is still an amazing rune on Kayle. We can actually go to Kayle and go for runes. You can see, like, it has a lot of win rate, more than press the attack when coupled with basically any other rune. So it is very, very good. But I mean, this is also looking really good. Again, this is really low samples, so I can't really know win rate. Like, take this with a grain of salt. But people are starting to use a lot of lethal tempo, and some people are still using first strike. I'm not sure if first strike is going to be used. But yeah, this is a really strong rune on Kayle. But again, I'm not sure if it's better than fleet, and I'm not sure if it's better than press the attack. And basically no one knows right now because it's just too new to know. It is definitely better pre level 6, but it's gonna get nerfed. After level 6, we don't really know. So next I want to talk about items. So yeah, well, before I go into items, expect bounties to get nerfed. If they don't nerf bounties, expect Kayle to get nerfed, because I don't think she's broken right now, but she is in that line where Riot normally likes to nerf her, because Riot doesn't want this champion to be strong. So yeah, expect her to get nerfed if bounties don't get nerfed, but bounties should get nerfed because it's just insane how much gold they give. And now I want to be talking about items. I'm only going to be talking about AP items because they're the only ones that got changed in the preseason. And before I go into items, I do want to say that I don't have enough games, I don't have enough experience to change my spreadsheet right now. The spreadsheet is up to date, but not with the new items. So let me grab some more games and then I'll go and change the spreadsheet for you guys. But yeah, I want to talk about the new items. Shattered Queen. And I want to talk about Ludens. I want to talk about Everfrost because all of these, like this one, and this one, have basically the same build path. And we used Ludens before against really squishy teams. But honestly, yeah, right now, it's just not worth it in my opinion. It costs 400 more gold than these two items. These two items are gonna be giving you better stats than Ludens. Because let's check at the stats, right? They have the same haste. Like, okay, let's check these two stats. They have basically the same stats. Shattered Queen and Everfrost have the same stats. They have 70 AP, 20 ability haste, 250 health, and 600 mana. All of that for 2,800, right? And it's 3,500 worth of stats with 127% gold efficiency. That is insane. That is so much that they super buffed this, making it 400 less gold. Now let's compare that to Ludens. It has 10 more AP, the same stats, but instead of 250 health, it has 6 magic pen, which is not enough to compensate for 250 health. This is way too much for 6. Like it even says it's like 6 magic pen is worth about 186 gold. 250 health is worth 666 gold. These items are actually worth more than Ludens, just based off his stats, right? These are worth 3,500 gold and Ludens is worth 3,300. Now, on top of that, these are worth 400 less gold than Ludens. So for Ludens to make up for 200 less gold from gold stats and 400 less gold, that's 600 gold. That means that this passive has to be so broken to make up for 600 gold deficits compared to these two items, right? But I mean, yeah, the Echo passive is great and all, but in my opinion, it just doesn't come close to both of these. This safeguard passive, when you can use it well, is so broken. It is so broken. It actually makes you a lot tankier than Riftmaker, because you have 50 less gold than Riftmaker, 50 less health. But this just makes you tank really hard. So against squishy teams, you don't really want to build Riftmaker anymore. Again, this is my opinion. This is just my opinion. You don't want to build Riftmaker anymore, and I see a lot of people still building Riftmaker into every single matchup. Crown of Shattered Queen and Everfrost are so good right now. Do not sleep on these two items for Kayle. They give you basically the same. I'm going to compare them to Riftmaker in a second, but I just want to compare them to right now to Ludens, because I'm pretty sure we're not going to be building Ludens anymore on Kayle. These are just way too gold efficient, and like this safeguard passive is it's gonna give you more AP, 10 to 40 AP. Plus the safeguard is gonna be making you really techy against assassins, against champions that want to go in on you. So Kha'Zix is not the best example because he can take your passive, their safeguard passive with his W. But against like champions like Zed, like Fizz, like Nocturne, like even champions that have to walk towards you. So Set, Garen, all of those champions that have to go near you to kill you. This Renekton, this is so broken. So broken, guys. Against champions that can't really, like, imagine you're against a squishy team, but you can't really make use of this. They have a lot of champions that can remove it, like Kha'Zix, like Ezreal, like Xerath. Everfrost is still amazing. The active, even though you're not going against champions that have to walk towards you, which is where this active is really great. So against champions like Singed, Volibear, Garen, even though you're not against them, this item is still so gold efficient, still very good against squishy champions. You can use the active, it's gonna do a lot of damage, you're gonna get a lot of AP, and AP is actually, like, if we compare these mythic passives to Luden's, it's actually more gold efficient. But yeah, these two items are just so good. We might still be able to build Luden's if we don't need this active, and if they poke this down really easily. But Luden's is just so far behind these two items. It's just not even funny. I prefer this passive and this active over this echo thingy every single time. I just think this, it does do damage, but it's not that much. It does 100 plus 10% AP. Just this, the active from Everfrost does 100 plus 30% AP. It CCs. It has a low cooldown, 30 seconds. So yeah, this gives you a little bit of move speed and stuff. But yeah, I just think this item's dead. So let's compare the mythic passive. This is giving you 155 gold value every single legendary item. This is giving you 217, and this is giving you 213. So not even the mythic passives come close. And yeah, now let's compare Riftmaker to Crown of Shattered Ice. Riftmaker, in my opinion, well, we're still going to be using it. This Void Corruption passive is really broken, because since they buffed it, it's so easy to stack. So do not expect us to not build this, but I think we should only be building it against very tanky teams. Because these are just better against squishies. This is better against people that want to dive you, against assassins and stuff, and this is just better against a lot of other things. Let's compare the stats right now. So again, this is 3,200 gold. Like the stats it gives are 3,200 gold value, while this is 3,500. Yes, a lot of it is tied on mana. I didn't want to talk about the mana before because all of these three items give mana, but this does not give mana. And a lot of this value is tied in mana, which is not a great stat for 1v1ing, for team fights. It's not really a great stat. But it's still 300 gold more than this. So yeah, let's compare the stats. It gives Riftmaker gives 10 more AP. This gives 5 more ability haste. This gives 50 more health. And this gives Omnivamp, and this gives mana. In my opinion, even though this is worth 840 gold, I prefer the 317 gold worth of Omnivamp. Just Omnivamp is a better stat in my opinion. But remember guys, that this is 400 less gold. 400 gold is a lot. Guys, it's 1.3 kills. It is a lot of gold. Do not underestimate this number. The build path is also amazing. You only need 265 gold to complete it. You need 1050 to complete this. The build path is not that good. You need 850 for the blasting one. All of these components are really cheap, so just that, the build path is amazing on this item. On top of it being 400 less gold, it's just really good. The stats are basically the same. Yeah, you have more mana, less Omnivamp. But again, base stats are 127% gold efficient, while this is only 102% gold efficient. Luden's is 103%, so yeah. Now I'm going to be comparing the mythic passives. This is a lot better. Like, this has the best mythic passive out of all of these items. It gives 8 ability power and 2% Omnibam. This is basically the same 8 ability power, but instead of the Omnibam, it gives 1% move speed. It's not the best, in my opinion. But, yeah. Just wanted to say that. Basically, the only thing you're gonna be really differentiating these 4 items are the actives or passives. Like, this is the most important thing to be building any of these items. Any of them. Like, all of these. So, because basically the stats are the same. The only thing that changes is Omnivamp on Riftmaker, and it doesn't really have that much mana. But these actives and passives are on these 2 items. I'm so broken. And they're 400 less gold that they make up for not having Omnivamp. Like, Omnivamp is only 317 worth of stats. This is already 400 gold less, right? So yeah, you're only taking these items because of the active. If you're against really tanky teams, go for Riftmaker. It's just so good. If you're like against Leona bot, Volibear top, tank jungle like a Zac jungle, go for Riftmaker. It's just so good. The true damage is gonna burn them. You're gonna be healing for a ton against them, because Omnivamp is a really good stat against tanks, because they're gonna rotate all their abilities on you, and they're gonna have to wait for their cooldowns. While they wait for their cooldowns, you're just gonna be stacking this item and just melting people. So yeah, against tanks, build this. Against assassins and teams that can't really break this. It doesn't even have to be assassins. Like any melee champion that can't break this against Nocturne, Renekton, all of those champions set. This is such a broken item. It's so good, especially for the value. Against champions that have to move towards you and they're still squishy. If you're against a squishy team, this is still amazing. But against champions that have to move towards you, Singed, Volibear, Garen, all of those champions, this is amazing. And honestly, I don't see a world where we still build Ludens, if I'm being completely honest. It's just so overshadowed by these 2 items. It's not even funny. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that update, because I know that a lot of you guys want to know how Kayle is in the meta right now. She is kind of strong. The meta is not very favorable for her, because right now Aurelia is really strong, Tryndamere is really fucking strong. But yeah, even though the champions she's against are not the best, she is really good. Again, game duration went up by 1 minute. We have more gold because of bounties. These 2 items are just really good. Shattered, Crown of the Shattered Queen and Everfrost. And yeah, that's my opinion. On AD kill, I don't really want to give an opinion, because honestly, they didn't really change anything for AD kill. And yeah, I haven't really had any experience that much with AD kill. And lethal tempo, again, no one really knows if it's better than Pressy attack or fleet for kill. It is levels 1 to 5, but it's gonna get nerfed. So yeah, guys, remember to leave a like, subscribe, always helps out a ton. And as always, have a nice day.